All right, hey again, everyone. Craig Galbraith, Editorial Director with Channel Futures here, ready to kick off the 2024 MSP 501 season. Excited to be doing so with Debbie Kane, Principal Consultant with the Omdia Channel Research Business, part of our Channel Futures team. Debbie, you've got to be pretty excited.
Very excited. This is a great time of year and
Yeah.
lots of good news to share.
So, Debbie, the MSP 501, this is the 17th year for it. It's the world's largest and most comprehensive survey of managed service providers around the world. And each year, we're excited to name 501 companies to that list based on the applications they submit. And this is going to be another big year. So I thought maybe you could start us off by telling us a little bit about what's new for 2024.
Sure, thank you. Yeah, it's amazing to take a look at all the data that we collect. How do we, make sure that we're updating it, making sure that it's covering all of the new technologies. So we do a pretty rigorous evaluation that's made up of, our board of advisors, vendors, other MSPs, industry experts, folks like yourself. So it's been an interesting process. So we came up with some, I think, pretty good additions this year and some improvements, if you will, to make it easier, less time, and it'll help with the comprehensive part, but it'll make it easier nonetheless. So I'll just run through some of them because there's quite a few. We simplified the questionnaire, first of all. So the good news, 20% less questions. So hopefully it'll take a lot less time, but we've launched earlier, so you'll have even more time to fill it out completely. To help you with kind of organizing the data, because sometimes multiple people have to be involved in preparing and/or submitting the questions, because we've got finance, you've got sales, so different folks. So what we did is we improved the structure of the questions, adding sections for finance and some of those most important questions up front, and then grouping the technology, and then by technology, all the security questions, cloud, all in together. I think in the past it was just added on to, so we feel a little bit better about the structure and added some drop downs to make it a lot easier. And then we expanded some of our managed services offered section, so that will, some dropped off, some, were consolidated, and some just include some growth areas. Which I think will be important as we look forward. And there's a host of other additions that we have all of that formatted out in this FAQ that Ingram has sponsored for us, so that'll be available as well. And then we've got a couple of surprises.
Yeah,
Maybe we should talk about.
the Next Gen 101, right? So this list
Yes.
previously that we released each year was sort of the cutting edge companies that are offering managed services in the channel, but we've really kind of expanded that and done something a little different with that this year. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. So, as you said, it started out as an opportunity to identify growth markets, growth areas for partners, which partners, seem to be driving a lot of those new technologies, but they just didn't make the ranking. Well, given everything that's happening and how quickly all these new technologies are really driving new opportunities within the channel, take AI, for example, that's going to affect many different technologies and many different partner types across the channel. So and routes to market, things like that are, really taking shape now. They're not just stuff we're talking about for the future, it's now. So in the same way, the Next Gen 101 has grown up, and now it is going to be its own list, its own award, its own process. It'll have its own methodology, but it still will be based around innovative technology, growth markets, and revenue within. But the best part about it is that it's the same application, all the same data. So partners could actually make both lists by only applying once. So that will really, I think, give us not only an opportunity to recognize with it a little more structure, those 101 that are driving that new technology and innovations, but also make it easy on partners. So last thing we want to do is ask them to fill out another application. So we're really excited about that. That's actually a very new addition that we're building out now. And much like the 501, it'll have a lot of the same benefits, but they'll be specific to the next gen. So partners could make either list. It's not a prerequisite. So hopefully that will be a welcome addition to our portfolio.
You want to get to some of those FAQs here?
Yeah,
Debbie?
let's keep going.
I
Yeah,
think
let's keep going.
one of them's always around the financial data, right?
Yeah.
How does that work?
It can be confusing, and it can also be concerning to many, and we understand that. We first of all want to say that we do not disclose your financial data in terms of specific revenues, things like that. We keep that under wraps. We do publish your growth rates because that's what the rankings are, basically, because it's based on revenues. So we want folks to feel confident that that type of data is sensitive and it's kept private. And the other side of the financials is that we do require a verification of revenue. So we make it easy. We provide a link to a form, you fill it out, and we just ask that it be verified through signature of the professional financial or a member of your executive team. So you're signing off on it, you're providing the data and verifying it through that process. So we do have those elements in place, but it is required for an application to be submitted and considered. It does have to have that financial, just a sign off that says, myself and another professional indeed says this is true. And we feel that's important. So everyone feels that it's a level playing field, if you will.
Absolutely. Now, I suppose one of the other big questions we get is the opening and closing date. February 1st. This is a little earlier this year, as I think you mentioned. We opened it February 15th last year. So the application is open now, and it will be open until April 30th. And you can, of course, access that from the Channel Futures website. We're going to have a big webinar in June, the same week that we release the 501 honorees from the list. We'll have a webinar on that Thursday where they'll get a chance to see the top 50 actually before they hit the website on Friday, and there will be insights into some of the data that you talked about as well. And we'll have our special awards. People are always interested in those. We hand those out at the big MSP 501 Gala, part of our MSP Summit event happening September 16th through the 19th this year in Atlanta. Looking forward to that.
We'll add the next gen into that as well, so it'll be even bigger. More
Absolutely.
awards.
Yeah, and as mentioned, we have that landing page dedicated on channelfutures.com with all the links, many more FAQs that we haven't gotten to today, other details you might need, including an instructional video and a prep checklist to help you prepare, complete, and submit your application. So that's all in that hub. Check it out, Channel Futures website, and we'll have it here on your screen as well, a direct link. And of course, you can always email us for assistance and questions at msp501@informa.com.
Yeah. One last thing.
Yeah.
I'll add one more thing in there.
Please do.
So if you're joining us at Channel Partners event in March in Vegas, which we hope that you do, and we are going to have an Ask the Analyst opportunity for you. So if you've got questions for our channel analyst, Van Adams, he's going to be there with office hours. So we'll be putting out some promotions for that. But one of the things he would be able to do is answer questions on the 501, or even walk you through the process, take you through what a sample report might look like. So, and there's going to be lots and lots of conversations and fellow MSPs. So we hope you can join us there.
Very cool. About the only time I ever did office hours when I was in school, I was in trouble. So this will be so that's good. Hey, Debbie, you got at least one quote from somebody who has been an MSP 501 winner in the past. I think that would be cool to pass along to people to show them the value of applying for the 501.
Yeah, it was an amazing opportunity to hear so many happy stories and positive feedback. One stood out. So I will say that, and I quote Marcial Velez from, is it Expert Tex?
Expert Tex, yes.
Expert Tex. The MSP 501 isn't just a list. It's a gold star on our company's report card, showcasing our dedication to innovative solutions and top-notch client service. It goes on, but I love that. It just really, to me, it kind of says everything. And that's really that's what we want you to feel, right? We want it to feel like it is indeed a gold star. So thank you to
100%.
Marcial for sharing.
Yes, thank
And
you,
we want
Marcia.
everyone to feel like a winner.
Absolutely. And again, you've got till April 30th, but don't delay that application, even though it's 20% less than last year and previous years. Still takes a little bit of time to go through, as you mentioned, the revenue verification, financial data, and so forth. It doesn't get completed in 5 minutes or so.
And
put in
that's why
some
we
time.
did that prep checklist too, so that you might know. And we did add some additional instructions this year, some guidance on who should fill out what section. We don't know where it lands and whose desk it lands on, and if they are even aware of it. So we thought we'd put a little bit more effort in that. So lots more this year. Yeah.
Absolutely. Debbie, thanks for your time today. Excited for the MSP 501.